In the middle of the silence of the afternoon that began to creep into the military environment that was so foreign to both of them, Jungkook and Taehyung stood still, facing each other. The two friends who were usually filled with jokes and laughter now seemed much more serious, as if there was an invisible distance between them, even though they were standing so close. Military life had indeed changed many things, including the way they interacted with each other. There was no longer the deafening din of concerts or the screams of fans who adored their every move on stage. All were replaced by strict orders, high discipline, and a tough routine that had to be faced every day. However, even though the olive-green uniform had replaced the glittering stage costumes, one thing that remained was their friendship, something that seemed unchangeable even by the harshness of military life. True friendship is often tested by circumstances, and there is no greater test than being separated because of a call from the country. However, even though distance and time separated them, the bond between Jungkook and Taehyung seemed unbreakable. Military life full of discipline, physical and mental pressure had shaped them into stronger individuals. But through it all, one thing remains: their unwavering friendship. Jungkook's visit to Taehyung without his military uniform could be a symbol that their friendship goes beyond their status as soldiers. Perhaps it's Jungkook's way of showing that amidst all the changes and responsibilities, he's still the same friend, the one who's been by Taehyung's side since the beginning. Their comrades watch with curiosity. Is this just a casual reunion? Or is there a deeper meaning behind this visit? In the field of duty, they've grown accustomed to communicating with a firm and serious attitude. However, this meeting may be a moment to return to their old selves, two friends who can share a carefree laugh in a world full of strict rules. As the two continue to navigate the harshness of military life, they're also reminded that true strength lies not just in physical prowess, but also in the strength of heart that maintains friendship, even when things get tough. Every step they take, whether on the battlefield or on their journey through life, is a reminder that they're not alone, that they always have each other, even when separated by duty. This meeting may be simple, but for Jungkook and Taehyung, it is more than just a reunion. It is a moment to refresh their bond, as if to say that true friendship will never fade with time, even under the shadow of responsibility and obligation as soldiers. From the beginning, Taehyung and Jungkook have felt how the challenges of the military are very different from life as idols. Every day, they are faced with grueling physical training, orders that must be obeyed without question, and the pressure to constantly adapt to a disciplined environment. Their lives are now far from the comfort they once experienced. However, despite that, they find a way to stay together, even in the midst of all the difficulties. Their relationship that was once formed because of a shared love of music and the same dream of becoming a big star, has now grown deeper and more mature because of the struggles they have to face in the military world. The story of their friendship began long before they wore military uniforms. Since they first met as trainees at Big Hit, the two have felt a strong connection. Not only because they often train together, but also because they have complementary characters. Taehyung, with his warm and humorous personality, often becomes a comforter for Jungkook, who sometimes feels pressured by the high expectations he has to bear as BTS's Golden Magne. Meanwhile, Jungkook, with his undying spirit, often becomes Taehyung's motivation to keep moving forward, especially during difficult times. Now, in the military world full of order and discipline, they find new ways to support each other. Jungkook often becomes a tireless training partner, encouraging Taehyung to stay motivated even when his body feels tired. Taehyung, on the other hand, in his quiet yet meaningful way, always provides emotional support to Jungkook, especially during times when the pressure becomes too much to bear. However, military life also brings inevitable distance. Although they were assigned to the same unit, there were times when they had to carry out different duties, separated for a long time. During that period, their communication was limited, unlike before when they could talk any time. This is what makes every moment they spend together more precious. Jungkook's arrival without his uniform that day triggered a wave of questions in everyone's mind. What really happened? Why wasn't he wearing his uniform? Was this a planned visit, or was there something urgent? Taehyung himself, although trying to remain calm, couldn't hide his curiosity. His deep eyes seemed to imply that he was trying to solve the puzzle in front of him. Jungkook, on the other hand, seemed calmer than usual. There was a new kind of maturity in him, as if military life had shaped him into a more mature person. His slow steps as he approached Taehyung, the way he looked at his best friend, all implied that something bigger was happening. Not just a regular visit between two friends who missed being together. When the two finally sat down on a wooden bench near the barracks, the atmosphere around them was silent. Although no words were spoken, the silence between them conveyed more than any conversation could. Taehyung stared at Jungkook expectantly, as if waiting for an explanation that he had not received so far. Meanwhile, Jungkook seemed lost in thought, trying to string together the right words. Time passed, and although they had not spoken much, their relationship seemed so strong. It was as if without the need for explanation, they already understood what was going on. Still, many questions hung in the air. What really brought Jungkook here? Why was he not wearing a uniform? Was there something going to happen in the future? The visit, although brief, had left a deep mark on the hearts of many. The soldiers who witnessed the meeting could only exchange glances, trying to guess what was really going on. This mystery only added to the tension in the already stressful military environment. But behind all the speculation, one thing was clear. Jungkook and Taehyung's friendship remained a strong foundation that was unshakable by anything, not even the harshness of military life. After the visit, Jungkook slowly walked out of the barracks, while Taehyung still sat in the same place, contemplating everything that had just happened. Although they both had to return to the strict military routine now, there was a feeling that something big was waiting ahead. Something that might test not only their friendship, but also their future journeys. And amidst all this uncertainty, only time could answer all the unspoken questions. However, one thing was for sure, true friendship will never fade, even in the midst of any trials.